Hello everyone. So today's lecture is based on the lecture on the previous class, which was probability. So in previous probability lecture, if you have seen that we have given you the background of probability, that what are the basic concept of an event. So we have given you the concept of random experiment. We have given you what is the meaning of outcome, what is simple event, composite event, and also we have given mutually exclusive event and mutually exhaustive event. Now today's class we formally define what is probability. So as we have mentioned in the previous class that probability means it's chance. So now you think I am giving one example, and through example I try to explain that. Say one event is happening, that tossing a coin. Now if I toss a coin, so what are the output I can get? There are two output, either it will be head or it will be tail. So total number of output is 2. Then out of these 2, how many times head will happen? Head is 1 out of 2. So probability of head is 1 by 2. So that means what is the probability? The probability of any event will be in this fractional form, where the lower will be n. What is the meaning of n? N means the total number of output or the total number of possible outcome, and in the numerator that will be m. M will be the number of times A happen. So here head was 1, so probability of head is 1 by 2. Similarly, what is probability of tail? It is also 1 by 2. Similarly, if I take another example like throwing a die, so here the outcome will be 1 up to 6, so n value will be 6. What is the probability of 1? 1 is for one time, so it should be 1 by 6. Now out of this case, if I say that what is the probability that an odd number will happen. Now how many odd numbers are there? 1 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there. So 3 odd numbers are there. So probability of getting an odd number is 3 by 6. So the case favorable to odd number, so there are 3 cases divided by the total number of case, that is probability. So now, so we have discussed what is the probability, though we have not given the formal definition, but this is the classical definition of probability, that it should be of the form m by n, where n is the total number of, so probability of any event, it should be m by n, where n is the total number of possible outcome and m total case favorable to A. So how many cases favorable to A? Then that is one thing. You see total number is n. Try to carefully understand this one. So the total number of case favorable to some event will be maximum n and minimum 0. That means, so m varies from 0 to n. So either there will be no favorable case or either there will be all favorable case. So m lies between this. So if I just divide by n, so what I get? 0 less than equals to, this is probability of A, this is 1. So probability of any event or probability of anything lies between 0 and 1. So when you are calculating something, you have got probability something which does not lie between 0 and 1, then you may think that your calculation there is some mistake. So you should calculate it again. Okay. So we have learned today two concepts. Number 1, what is the definition of probability, that is m by n, and number 2, what is the range of probability. So probability range lies between 0 and 1. So now let us go to the first problem. So today's class will be basically problem oriented class, so that you can understand. So now we are going for the first problem. Okay, say a die is thrown. What is the probability that, so there are four cases. Number one, even number will appear. B, odd number will appear. C, less than 3, and D, 6 will appear. So now look into this problem. What is the question is given? A die is thrown. So you are throwing a die. Then you have to find some probability. Now first of all you have to understand the situation. So when you are throwing some die, so what are the possible outcome may be possible? The outcome will be, so first of all you have to understand what is the possible outcome. The possible outcome will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So n value will be 6. That is, this is the total number of outcome. Now if I go for problem number A, even number. What is the probability that even number will happen? So probability of even, so 1, 2, 3. There are 3 even numbers. So it should be 3 by 6, half. Understand? Then similarly, probability of odd. There are 3 odd numbers, 1, 3 and 5. So it should be 3 by 6. Number C, less than 3. Now, less than 3, how many numbers are there? 1 and 2. So 2 numbers are there less than 3. So probability less than 3 equals to 2 numbers out of 6. So 1/3. And 6 will appear. 6 will appear. Okay. So 6 will appear means 1 only. So probability of getting a 6 is 1 upon 6. So basically the denominator 6 is the total number of elements in the set, and the numerator is that number of cases which will justify this one. So this is the first problem. Let us go for the next problem. So the next problem is this one. So if 2 balls are drawn one after another from a bag of 3 white and 5 black balls, what is the probability that the first ball is white and the second ball is black? And question number B, one ball is white and another is black. So we have drawn this situation. So there are 3 white balls, say white, 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 and there are 5 black balls, say this. So total there are 8 balls. Okay. So just I am erasing the question so that you can visualize this one. Now if I go for, so total ball, 3 plus 5, 8. Now you try to understand, first ball is white and second ball is black. So if I write the solution for question number A, so we are concentrate on the first part. First ball is white. So what is the white? 3 balls are there. So if you take, so the probability of first ball is white. So total there are 8 balls. Out of 8, there are 3 cases for white. So the probability will be 3 by 8. So for this one, it will be 3 by 8. Then, and second ball is black. Now, you think, when I have taken out one ball, say this one. So this one is no more here. So now how many balls are there? Now there are 7 balls. So out of 7, you have to choose the second one is black. So there are 5 cases. So probability of second ball is black, the case will be 5 by 7. Okay. Now both will happen, that probability that the first ball will be white and the second ball will be black. So the probability of question number A, that is first white and second black, is the multiplication of these two, 3 by 8 into 5 by 7. So there will be 15 by 56. Understand? So when and will be there, that means both will happen. So there will be multiplication. So it should be 15 by 56. So I think this is more or less okay. Now if I go for problem number 2, I mean B. You see, in problem number B, what is happening? One ball is white and another is black. Now when I say one ball is white and another is black, that means there are two options. So either, so one is white and other is black. So that means it may be the first one is white, second one is black, or the second one is white, first one is black. So probability of first is white and second is black, either this will happen or what will happen? First is black and second is white. Now first is white, second is black. So first is white means there are 3 options. So 3 by 8 and second is black means now there are 7 options. So 5 plus, look at this one, first is black, that means there are 5 balls, and if you choose the first time, that means 8 balls are present there. So it should be 5 by 8. Now when you have chosen the first one, now there are 7 options. So out of 7 you have to choose white, so 3. So basically it is 15 by 56 plus 15 by 56, that is 30 by 56. So you can just simplify this. This is 15 by 28. Okay. So now you have to understand this one very carefully, that one ball is white, another is black. So you have to always be, your logical mind should be active when you are doing some probability problem, because you have to visualize the thing. So we will be doing some more problem so that your concentration will be clear and your concept will be clear. Okay. So let us go for the next problem. So the next problem is very interesting, that what is the probability that 3 children of a family have birthdays in different days. Now I am saying that there is no emphasis on 3 children, there may be 5 children, there may be 2 children, there may be 7 children. So the problem can vary. Okay. So now you think, so commonly we are thinking about a non-leap year, that is 365 days a year. So you just think in this way, say the first children, so he or she has 365 possibility for a birthday. Now once he or she has some particular birthday, so that date will not be available for children number 2 and children number 3. So children number 2 or second children will have 364 possibilities. Similarly, when 2 days, that is first and second child have their birthday, then these 2 days will not be available for child number 3. So child number 3 has 363 days. Now how many days are there in a year? 365. So the probability of first one is 365 by 365, probability of second one is this, third one is this. So if you multiply, you get the final answer. Okay. So how to write this? So we can write, so let us choose children number 1. So he or she has possibility of 365 days. So probability of children number 1 will be 365. Children number 2, so they has possibility because one day has been booked by, say, children number 1 has his or her birthday on February 1st. So out in the calendar of 12 months, February 1st will not be taken by children number 2. So he or she has 364 days. So possibility 364 days. So what is the probability of children number 2 birthday is 364 by 365 because total number of days are 365. So children number 3, so 2 days are booked. So he or she has the possibility of 363 days. So what is the probability of children number 3? 363 by 365. So what is the total probability? The probability is 365 by 365 into 364 by 365 into 363 by 365. So you get 0.992. So that is a very easy question, but you have to interpret in this manner. Okay. So that's all for this question. Now let us go for the next one. So the next problem is, what is the probability that out of 5 persons A, B, C, D, E, A and B sit next to each other? So there are 5 vacancies for sitting. There A, B, C, D, E will sit. That is the situation. Now you have to find the probability that A and B will sit next to each other, that is together. The means consecutive 2 will be A and B or B and A. So they will sit next to each other. Now first let us choose that what are the total possibility, then we go for the particular case. Now see, there are 5 cases, 5 places, right? So when the first person will enter, he or she has 5 options. So once he or she has chosen one particular option, say this one, then the second person enter and he or she has 4 options. So he or she can choose the second option, then third person enter, then he or she has 3 options. Then fourth person enter, he or she has 2 options. And 5th person enter or 5th person, he or she has 1 option. So what is the total number of possible cases? It will be 120. So you can understand that, okay, the denominator will be 120. Okay, this is fine. Now the situation, you try to visualize the situation that A and B sit next to each other. That means what are the possibility for, first of all concentrate on A and B. So A and B, so actually there are 5 persons A, B, because they are combined, C, D, E. So what is the condition? That these 2 persons sit next to each other. Now you think, what are the possibility for A and B? So either they can sit here together, or they can sit here, or they can sit here, or they can sit here. So A and B have 4 possibilities. Understand? Because they will sit together. So it is not like A here, B here. So either AB or AB or AB or AB. So whenever they choose, suppose they have chosen these 2. So 2 options are gone. Then C has 3 options. So C have 3 possibilities. Then when C choose something, D has 2 possibilities, E has 1 possibilities. So what is the total number of possibility? So total, it will be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So that is 24. Understand? Now the problem is that in the question it has not been mentioned that it will be A in the left or B in the right. So then we got 24 possibilities. Now if B in the left and A in the right, then also we have the same pattern. So if AB and BA interchange among themselves, then total possibility is 24 into 2, that is 48. Understand? So what we have calculated that B have 4 possibilities because we have chosen AB, 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 but it can be BA, 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 BA also. So for AB we have 24 possibilities. Similarly, if I choose B in the left, A in the right, we have another 24 possibilities. So total 48 possibilities. So what is the probability that A and B will sit together is 48 by 120. So you can just it will be 12 by 30, so it will be 6 by 15, so it will be 2 by 5. That is the final answer. So I think that's all for this class. So today's class, what we try to discuss is that we try to discuss probability for a very beginner level. So basically we have not given any formula for probability, simply we have given the definition of probability, that what is the meaning of probability of some particular event, and when we are doing that we have got few problems, and that problem what we can solve based on the geometrical view or by our natural interpretation. Thank you for watching this video. Please share your opinion if you have any problem. Thank you.